Islam, Shalom, Hola, Aloha, Bonjour, Osio, Assalamu Alaikum. This is your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping new content. Leave a comment, interact with me. Thank you, I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump into another one. Today, I want to read a little bit from Word Magic. The powers and occult definition of words. All right, so I really want to help raise fallen humanity and also bring the common law like back to the common people for real. So like there's a section that goes into like combating the dark forces and like help raising fallen humanity, you know, like freeing mankind. So I've applied a lot of these in my life personally, and you know, others still working on, and I just really want to put this information out there to anybody who might need it so it can be helpful to anybody who's interested. All right, so check it out. It says 20 solutions to free mankind or to help raise fallen humanity, I would say. Let's see here. Let's see. There are many solutions to free mankind from the artificial matrix of the dark forces. Based on my research, knowledge, and experience, some of the best solutions involve self-responsibility and God's law. If the following solutions work for you, I highly encourage you to share them with other people. The more people who know how to free their bodies, minds, and souls from the artificial matrix, the faster we can restore our freedom and sovereignty. Here are 20 solutions to empower you to achieve spiritual freedom. It will be wise to study the solutions that resonate with you, and then learn to apply and adapt them to your solutions. All right, so the ones that really stuck out to me, I highlighted them, right? So I really thought number one was important. It says, true freedom requires great responsibility. All right, that's very true. Being responsible for yourself. Once you reach a level of or age of adulthood, you know, you become responsible for yourself. That's in this life and in the next life or the next stage of life. So it says, freedom and responsibility are like two sides of one coin. You cannot have true freedom without responsibility, especially self-responsibility. Fam, you have to be responsible for yourself. You have to make the right decisions. And being responsible for yourself in turn makes you responsible for others around you, like family or comrades, friends, kinsmen, other members of your community, members of your tribe, other members of your clan, you know, like throughout the nation. Like it starts with yourself, being responsible for yourself, and then that makes you want to be responsible for it also makes you want to be responsible for people who rely and depend on you, fam. And that in turn spreads, and it makes everybody better. It makes everybody reliable and responsible, trustworthy, fam. So, you know, that's why I thought that was important. Or at least that was what I got from that section. You can read a lot of this yourself. Let me see. There's a few of these. Pardon me. A few pages here. All right, so I want to check out number 3. Be wary of disharmonious and disempowering music. I think that's very important. If you ever seen They Clone Tyrone, it was a section in there where they showed the power of music and how the music industry really wants to destroy certain groups of people and manipulate them through music. CIA studies have been released saying like how music like frequencies can alter consciousness and states of being, affecting mood. So it's like affects your vibration. They can reprogram your mind using different frequencies to make your body and your mind not harmonized or not synchronized properly. All right, and affecting your mood, making you feel depressed, sad, or angry, fam. A lot of those negative megahertz, negative frequencies in music, low vibrational frequencies are causing a lot of our people to have negative emotions, to cycle negative emotions, to go in and out of states of negative emotion, and go into these death spirals. So, it's always good to protect yourself that way. Protect yourself from disharmonious and disempowering music, fam. Music with high vibrational and positive messaging to subconsciously reprogram your subconscious mind to think positively about yourself, your family, your community, your future, fam. All right, the next one, number 4, avoid fighting the dark forces. Now, I had to learn this lesson the hard way. A lot of us might have had to learn this lesson the hard way. Like these beings we're fighting, or these dark forces that we go against, that you might want to rage against, they're not flesh and blood, fam. When you try to aim toward one, it's like the heads of a hydra or a multi-headed serpent. When you try to take off one head, there's another head. There's 2 or 3 more heads right there ready to strike and bite you, fam. So it's like they're all intertwined and they're all protecting each other. It's really difficult to aim and fight one head of these dark forces, and you have another head of these dark forces that's ready to strike you and bite you and take you down, fam. Like these beings, these forces that we're fighting, it's not just one, and it's not even physical forces that we're raging against. It's not even physical forces that we're up against. These principalities, these dark energies, they really empower different industries and different systems, systematic oppression, systematic subjugation. Like it says, the dark forces are non-physical beings, therefore physical weapons are not very effective against them, fam. You need knowledge, you need God's law, you need discipline, you need to separate yourself from the artificial matrix. Is a great way to begin to actually combat these dark forces. So avoid fighting the dark forces. I'm telling you, I had to learn that one the hard way. Let's see. Do not ignore the dark forces, all right? Just because you're not physically fighting them, it doesn't mean you're not spiritually fighting them and mentally fighting them. And also, you cannot ignore these dark forces. You cannot just pretend like they don't exist. You can't pretend and just go back to just going to sleep and going back into the matrix, because that's how they win, fam. It may not seem like it affects you because you're not directly going against them. You're not directly fighting against them. You might not be speaking up against them, but they're taking us all down slowly but surely. Look, it says rebutting the dark presumptions, saying no to magic spells that they broadcast via television and other media. Ignoring the dark forces only makes it easier for them to enslave mankind. You cannot ignore these entities, these beings. You can't ignore these systems that are working tirelessly night and day to take us all down, to lower the collective consciousness. Number 7, study God's law, which is natural law. It says, look, when it comes to spiritual freedom, educating your mind with the knowledge of God's law and applying the knowledge to your life are 2 of the most important things you can do. That's very, very important. When it comes to, when you start learning about a lot of this information, you realize that it ties back to a lot of ancient information, and a lot of the systems that we're going against, a lot of the forces that we're going against are ancient forces that have been around for a very long time, and they have only changed shape. They have only changed faces. They've changed masks, and they masquerade around as something else, but it's really the same ancient enemy that we've gone against. And it's like these books, the Holy Bible, the Quran, the Torah, a lot of ancient scriptures and texts talk about like a lot of these dark forces, a lot of these principalities that we're up against nowadays, and they're just masquerading as different systems. So learning about God's law, natural law, you know, where you stand, the natural gifts that you have been anointed with, like you can really start to stand your ground, and you'll have the spirit will guide you where you need to, like the knowledge you need to stumble upon. It'll put someone in your path that is gonna teach you or raise your vibration or even challenge your beliefs, fam. I'm telling you. Number 8, study man's law. This is very important. I dived into this one for some years. When you start learning God's law and where you fall into that, and then you'll naturally start to realize man's law is underneath that, and you'll start to look into it. It says, look, besides studying God's law, it is wise to study man's law, such as contract law, trust law, common law, statutory law, corporate law, admiralty law, maritime law, and the UCC. The UCC, that's Uniform Commercial Codes. In addition, studying how legal systems work behind the scenes, that's very important. That's the administrative part of law. Doing these things will help you find effective ways to defend and exercise your artificial rights and your natural rights. You do not have to learn everything about law created by man, but you should study them to the point where you can comfortably use them to defend and exercise your rights, fam. Like, that's very, very important. You'll start to learn no matter what field of law you start in, contract law, trust law, common law, statutory law. Like, I'm telling you, I've gone over all of these forms of laws. Like, it's so much stuff to cover. One thing connects to the other, and this connects to that, and then this one has roots in this one, and then this one's branches touch that one. It's like, it's so very intricate. It's so interesting. It takes a while. It takes study. Do not be intimidated, fam, because this stuff is only going to free you, and this knowledge, I'm telling you, it sticks with you because it can be applied in so many ways of life. I'm telling you, these systems are so intricate, and they connect in so many different ways that all these different stages and forms of law, they all connect to each other. They all connect to the life that we're living every single day in this artificial matrix, and we need to figure out how to make it work for us, fam. Number 9, stay away from all public protests. This one, when it comes to like marching around, carrying signs, wasting energy, a lot of that stuff is just a waste of time. It's just a waste of energy. It's just unproductive. It's not going to do anything. A lot of times you have to do like private protests. You have to not just sign petitions, but you have to put your money where your mouth is, or you have to put your action where your mouth is. You have to boycott places. You have to stop funding we have to stop funding our own oppression, and we have to stop financing the ones who seek to destroy us, fam. Simple as that. Number 10 on here, look, arm yourself with knowledge of empowerment. All right. One of the main reasons that you are fearful of something is because you lack the knowledge to understand it. That is very important. Once you start learning this knowledge and where you fit into it, once you start learning your place, and where God has placed like us, the flesh and blood man, the flesh and blood human, at the top of all of these systems that seek to oppress, control, and destroy and manipulate us, you become less fearful of it, fam. Especially when you realize that you have control over most, if not all of this. All right. Stop relying on an external savior to save you. That's very important. Like, the reason I'm putting a lot of this information out there, and I'm telling you that I personally went through a lot of this myself. Trials, struggles, trial and error, fam. It says, look, when you rely on an external savior to save you, you subconsciously tell the universe that God did not give you the required spiritual powers to achieve spiritual freedom. That's very true, because the Most High has given all of us everything we needed, everything that he put into us to bring forth into this life. He gave it to us from the very start, and it's just getting buried underneath fear, doubt, lies, deceit, and darkness, fam. Like, they freaking lied to all of us, and they have us in mental oppression. They have us in spiritual oppression. They're weighing us all down with these lies, these burdens, and these systems that they have tied us to, and they have tricked us into cooperating with. Stop supporting wars and crimes against humanity. I'm telling you, fam, once you realize that we can put our money where our mouth is, start boycotting these systems that seek to oppress and control mankind, we gonna stop supporting these companies. There's plenty of ways to find out what companies are supporting these wars, what companies support genocide, which companies support slave labor, destruction of natural resources, all of that. And we can stop funding these companies and these corporations, fam, these families. Spend your money wisely. See, those two connect with each other. By spending your money wisely, we're going to stop supporting these corporations that seek to destroy us, the flesh and blood living man, and seek to enslave us. We just going to stop supporting those things. It's a whole new year, even though the year for Moors, the year for other cultures has not technically started yet, but come on now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's time for a change. Spending money wisely. It says money is a medium that represents your labor, which is your time and energy. It is also an instrument for measuring choice, fam. So it's like, the more money we spend on these companies, these corporations that seek to oppress and destroy us, we're unconsciously and subconsciously giving them consent to keep doing exactly what they're doing, destroying the natural resources, destroying mankind, destroying humanity, pumping out poisonous chemicals, doing all kinds of unethical business practices in this country and globally, fam. Let's see. Moving along. It says, claim your sovereignty and correct your status. This is one of the main things I advocate for. Moorish Nationality Navigations is one of the main reasons I started my channel, to try to help raise fallen humanity and try to free as many people as I can from this artificial matrix, fam. There's so many ways we can do this, and we have to take, like the first one said, responsibility, fam. It's like self-responsibility. Once you start learning that, and you start learning what laws really do apply to us, which ones are being applied to us that don't really apply to us, fam, like you gain so much knowledge, you gain way more power, and we just have to have the responsibility as a collective to do the right thing. Learn how contracts work. See, it's one of the main things, contract law. Where do we fit in these contracts? You know, like, what aren't they telling us? What haven't they disclosed to us? What makes a contract valid? What makes a contract invalid? How can you change a contract? have to learn about contract law, fam. Every time you sign your autograph on something, or you sign your signature on something, on a paper, you are consenting to a contract. Let's see, learn how to live peaceably. Definitely, I really do agree with number 18. Learn how to live peaceably. That's in harmony with nature, in harmony with our neighbors, with our other brothers or sisters on this plane of existence, fam, on this planet. Like, there's enough space for everybody to live. Write your own waiver to protect your natural rights. All right, that's very important. Once you start learning about contract law, you realize that you can make a contract with yourself. It's absolutely legal for you to make a contract with yourself, and it's absolutely legal for you to demand contract with anybody who wants to do business with you. That's anybody who might demand something from you for traveling in your daily life. All right, right to travel. So learn about affidavits, learn about an affidavit of truth, how to make declarations, all of these things. Live like small communities. Last but not least, there's been a lot of talk about what the Amish community have been doing down there in North Carolina, helping to rebuild a lot more than our federal government has been doing, and even the local government down there has been doing. They've built so many houses in such a little bit of time with not that much resources that these governments claim it takes XYZ amount of resources to rebuild these homes, these shelters for people to have, a freaking roof over their head, fam. So live like small communities. The Amish community are a great example for how all of these colonizers should technically be living over here on this land, on the land of Turtle Island, Al-Marak, Al-Alexa, Morocco, the original West, Northwest Gate. So, like, it's just so much stuff. There's just so much stuff when it comes to living like small communities, living in harmony with nature and mankind, fam. So that's all I have today on Word Magic. I really just wanted to bring that message to you. Hopefully it's clear. Hopefully you understand exactly what I'm saying. Once again, this is your brother Zach Bay. I'm out. Peace.